All right, thank you, Roland, and welcome everyone to our org profile wrap-up session. It's hard to believe that 12 of these sessions in our series have already passed, and we're at our lucky 13th session today. As Roland mentioned, my name is Laura McNeil. I am a Senior Master Examiner for Sterling Council, and we will be walking through putting it all together. All right, this slide is actually our org profile icon slide. This you've been looking at throughout our entire series. The org profile is the starting point for understanding our organizations. And what I plan to do today is actually talk about the org profile at a lower level of detail. In the process, we'll pull out some key points that we covered during our 12 sessions as learning nuggets for you all to carry forward. So here we are. What's the purpose of an organizational profile? Well, it sets the tone, it creates the culture, establishes a daily mission that is used to accomplish our shared vision. It identifies a set of acceptable common core values, and it's used to establish strategic alignment throughout our entire organization structure. You know, the org profile is a really great tool that can be used to identify available capacity and capability and the potential for leveraging any untapped talents or to stretch to achieve innovative outcomes. Looking at the slide, you can see the organizational profile is actually broken into two main areas. The first area is focused on describing the organization's environment, the framework for establishing really healthy relationships. And then the second section is focused on describing the organization's day-to-day situation through its competitive environment, its strategic context, and its performance improvement system. There's only one last comment I want to make on the slide. If you happen to look at all of the groupings and the sub-bullets under them, hopefully you'll notice that the groupings actually align almost exactly to each of the sessions that we presented within this org profile leadership series. So what we've really done is tried to encapsulate the components of the organizational profile in a breakdown format throughout these last 12 weeks. All right, creating an organizational profile also helps us to create an elevator speech for our organization. You know, and the mission and vision statements are usually really good references that you can use to develop those elevator taglines for your organization. One of the examples, and I know I've mentioned this in the past in other series sessions, but one of the references I love is the TED Talks mission statement. And that mission statement is spreading ideas. You know, I really love this one because it rolls off your tongue. It describes the intent of the organization completely, and it's super easy to remember. It also tells a story of what binds everyone in the organization together to deliver a common purpose. And if we use that to segue into the review of our key highlights that I strung together from our previous 12 sessions, I'm hoping that you might be able to leverage some of these key points to develop your own elevator tagline. So we started out with Roland and John Keevan kicking us off, and Roland reminded us that defining an organizational profile is comparable to building a foundation of a house. John Keevan took that one step further. And he said, how we create our mission, vision, and values will build our culture, and it will set a tone for the organization that occupies the house. This tone then guides everyday decision-making by aligning our head, which is basically leadership, and the heart of the organization, which is their culture, with the workforce hands. And the leader's choice of organizational structure is critical to optimizing the purposeful outcomes through alignment of that head, heart, and hands diagram that we have there. And we can thank Monique Akambi from SHRM and Dr. Mary Beth Corris from Pinellas County school system, as well as adjunct at USF for the contributions here. So continuing with our elevator speech, we heard from Anthony Napolitano that if we leverage the composition of existing assets and regulatory requirements to assess innovative capabilities and strategic potential, and sometimes we would find ourselves in an unintended position that require a shift, like the gas station that discovered they were a video retailer. And we can thank Gordon Klein for that story that we were actually able to leverage during a number of our different sessions. Debbie Voss reminded us to listen and learn to our customers, our stakeholders, partners, and suppliers to reset organizational focus and context. She also reminded us to identify who is consuming what we produce, that everyone is not our customer. So we need to use the who is consuming exercise to identify market and customer segments and their specific needs and/or expectations. Bob Medeiros also told us that we should approach the supply chain as a supply network and then leverage that network because it can be information mined for our strategic advantages and our strategic challenges. And then lastly, let's spend a little bit of time talking about our organizational situation. Dr. Samson Golston from the University of Alabama did an awesome review on competitive awareness. And he reminded us that competitive awareness is critical to understanding how the organization is doing, the value the organization is actually providing in the marketplace, and for establishing strategic priorities. Bob Gehrig from Pasco County, budget director, said, use comparative data to assess accomplishments in our journey roadmaps. He also brought in that comparison between oranges and apples, and he told us, you know what? Sometimes it's okay to listen to the oranges. It's okay to compare apples and oranges because you never know what you're going to learn. So love that orange analogy. That was a really good session. And then Roland wrapped us all up with emphasizing the need to have a single performance improvement system and making sure that it's integrated and aligned throughout our organization in order to be effective and to lead a proactive and innovative existence experience. Really, performance improvement system is there to ensure that we've got that focus on continuous improvement, because through continuous improvement, we can accomplish our mission and achieve the vision, sustain our presence, and inherently, we can innovate. All right, I love this saying, and I'm sure that for some of you on the call, you can certainly relate to it. A bad system can destroy good people. In contrast, the Sterling Baldrige framework consists of criteria that actually helps leaders identify how to create good systems, including the development of a leadership style that not only produces great outcomes for customers, but also promotes the creation of a role model workforce and the members within that workforce. All right, so this does conclude our series session. So to wrap it all up, I just want to emphasize that we have covered our foundational core values. We've also covered the organizational profile of our Sterling Management Framework. What we have not covered are the blue boxes in the middle, which really encapsulate our criteria of the Baldrige framework. We will tee that up to cover next go around at a high level. We are targeting after July 4th. Our current date is July 12th for the next kickoff of our leadership briefing series sessions. But if you are looking for opportunities to engage with us or learn more before then, don't forget our Sterling Conference is scheduled from May 31st to June 3rd at the Gaylord Palms in Orlando. Feel free to join us there. We'd love to see you. It is our 30th anniversary. I'm sure it'll be a great time. I hear it's a great, beautiful hotel. I'm sure we've got amazing things scheduled for that week. And then if you want to engage on another level, please feel free to visit the sterlingcouncil.org. There's a number of different events highlighted out there, and actually we do have applications if you'd like to become an examiner. Feel free to fill one out and submit it. We'd love to see you.